So guys, this is truly insane. After months and months of waiting, we have finally got our first fully uncovered and unobscured view of the Model Y Juniper, and honestly, it looks even more impressive than we had originally expected. Now, I pretty much called it in yesterday's video that all the prior videos are going to be outdated and irrelevant as soon as this model drops, and that seems like that has happened today as we have just gone our very exclusive look at not only the exterior but also the interior of this brand new car. So this video here isn't going to be meant to stretch out all the little details. It's just going to be a quick little first glance of what we see, the very first impressions of the Model Y Juniper. I will be saving the full on detailed for the next video. We're going to look at the interior, the exterior, and all the things that we can be expecting as soon as the vehicle drops. But let's get right into it. Let's take a look at what we have discovered over the last 24 hours. Late last night, a user on X that goes by Nod Reeves China has shared a few images of the Model Y being winter tested in the snow, and although we have seen many of these test prototypes before, none of them have gone through the exact same process of being completely uncovered from top to bottom. This Model Y was spotted somewhere in the outskirts of China, showcasing the vehicle's exterior with all the covering stripped off, revealing everything that has been underneath the past few months. Now, looking at these images, what stands out right away is the redesigned front end featuring the two distinct brakes in the headlights. It looks like we are not going to be getting the continuous light bar stretching from one side to the other, but rather a central LED strip sitting just between the both headlights. These two light sources are separated by a gap, giving the front end a unique look that differs from what we had initially expected. This change completely alters the design we originally envisioned, where we thought the light bar would serve as the daytime running light while the lower section was reserved for the headlights. But now, as it appears, the bottom section is dedicated to the fog lights, and even the base model are going to be getting some form of vents as part of the standard package. And looking back at the earlier prototype leaks, everything starts to make a lot more sense. Those cutouts were always meant for the headlights to shine through to meet federal regulations. They were never meant for the light bars and what they were intended for. As of right now, there are a bunch of these images circulating the web within the last 24 hours, and although it turned out even better than expected, there are a few odd choices that Tesla had made that I can't stop but wonder why they made those decisions. First off is the rear light bar design. We were not expecting it to come with a top mounted LED strip that connects directly to the tail light, but here we are looking at this picture and it seems very likely that it's going to arrive with this design on this very car. Now, oddly enough, with the entire light bar spanning across both headlights, they have also added an indirect lighting glow just below that same light bar, and although it seems a bit excessive and unnecessary to have both lighting sources, it's nice to see that Tesla has gone through all the efforts to make it feel that much more special. Another question that came up was whether this vehicle would finally come with the front bumper camera, and if this buildup was for nothing and we had ended up with just a situation like the Model 3. And unfortunately, even though the images were not super clear, we were able to tell that there isn't any front bumper camera attachment, but hopefully it does make it to production when the vehicle finally gets announced. Now, in addition to that, just this morning, about 1 to 2 hours ago, we got our first look and leak at the interior design of this car, and man, this just gets even more exciting. Now, of course, just like I have mentioned in the earlier parts of this video, I'm not going to be going into all the little details, the nitty-gritties, and everything that you guys might want me to break down as I usually do. We're going to save that for an entirely separate video. We're just going to look at the very first glance here and see what we can be expecting. Now, right off the bat, we can see that they have updated the steering wheel to now what is considered a squircle, a similar design to what we see on the Cybertruck. Then at a quick glance at the main display, we can see that this is an all new and looks to be a larger display with much smaller bezels. This could be approximately the same size as the Model X and X or even the Cybertruck, but definitely larger than the current Model Y. And finally, the last major difference that we can see on the interior with first glance is the center console. This looks to be the same one we have on the Model 3 and looks to be the exact one we saw on the earlier leaks this year of the same center console on the production line. My overall first impression and opinion is that this looks to be a lot more aggressive and stylish than the current Model Y. They have gone away with the frog-light eye design, and now it just looks a lot more sleeker in every possible angle. Unfortunately here, it doesn't seem like the Model Y Juniper has gone through the same fat reduction as the Model 3 and its other siblings. This may be intentional as they want to keep the overall space the same. Being that the Model Y is a family SUV, they want to keep it as spacious and as open as possible on the interior, and an overall reduction is not going to be the best case. However, with that being said, if you compare it side by side with its predecessor, you can see that it has undergone some very nice aggressive look and design from the rear to the front. You can see here that it has some additional styling on the vents, the bottom lip, the tail light, the headlight, all sorts of things to make this Model Y a lot more attractive as a whole. So for the last point here, and now that it's unofficially been revealed, I wonder what Tesla's intention is, and I wonder if they are planning to release this extremely soon, as the whole thing has been fully uncovered top to bottom, inside and out. There's no more reasons to delay the announcement. And from what I have heard and what has been shared in the past couple of hours, Tesla is prepped up and ready to announce this vehicle within the next 24 to 48 hours. The Model Y Juniper is expected to be listed on China's Ministry of Information Technology's registration, so this means that this vehicle is going to come for an imminent release. We can expect it to be either coming out, like I said, in the next few days leading up to the New Year's, but at the very latest, we are going to be seeing deliveries in the first half of February. So there we have it. In either case, we are going to be seeing announcements and deliveries happening within this month's time frame. I will be keeping a close eye on everything that comes up, including all the details for the interior and interior. The next videos are going to be pretty awesome, so make sure you stick around, hit that subscribe and that bell notification if you haven't already done so, and make sure you follow me on Twitter or X. Over there, you will get the latest even before Twitter does, and over there, you guys can also chat with me anytime, and I will respond as quickly as possible. Anyways, I'd love to hear all your thoughts on this. What do you think of the new design? I know it's very controversial and it's very opinionated right now as the first few hours that the vehicle has been spotted. So let me know all that in the comments below. Let's discuss and let's share what we have to offer. Anyways, this should be it. This is John once again. Peace out.